your favorite thing about bowling?
I'd say my favorite thing about bowling is definitely it's different every alley you go to. Challenging. It's harder than people think.
What would you say to someone who might want to join bowling?
It's a good sport. I don't know if you count it as a sport, but it's a good thing to do because it takes a lot of skill to do it, but it's not super stressing. It doesn't stress you out where you have to be good at it to actually be on the team. You just have to be able to actually throw the ball down the lane.
What makes bowling different from other sports?
Compared to other sports, you have to have a lot of patience in bowling, and it can be really frustrating at times, but you always have a feeling you just have to come back to it. And I think it's just a good environment. You get to really know your teammates.
What would you say to someone who might want to join bowling?
I'd say do it. It's really a fun sport. It's like that and golf where you can play it, until you're 95, and unlike other sports, it's really not physically demanding. It just requires a lot of technique.
What is your favorite bowling memory?
I'd have to say there's a lot of memories, but one of my favorite ones was during practice when Silas left his shoe cover on his bowling shoe and he went up to throw the ball and just flat out laid all out on the lane. So it's probably my number one.
What is your favorite bowling memory?
All right, it was probably either between Mike Blake hitting a kid at sectionals with a cue ball or when Jacob Edgel stole a spare ball at sectionals from the bowling alley.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What types of projects do you do in ceramics?
So we go through a multitude. We do pinch pots, where they're just taking a ball of clay and kind of just forming it. We roll out long coils when we create. We do things out of slab where you kind of roll the clay out with rolling pins, and we also do stuff on the potter's wheel, and then we just do some kind of free-form techniques where everybody can kind of do whatever they want.
Can you use the things you make in ceramics?
Everything can be functional. We have what's called food-safe glazes, and those are basically going to crystallize the surface and put a glass-like coating on it that you can use. I have stuff that I made in college that I still use today.
Are there any prerequisites for taking ceramics?
The only thing you have to do is complete Art 1. So that's your first credit for art class, and then once you complete Art 1, you can take ceramics.
Finally, are there any supplies or things that a student might want to bring from home for ceramics?
The only thing I tell people to bring from home is an extra t-shirt or an extra mask because you might get clay on it. And sometimes they bring in lotion because their hands get dried out, but the materials are mostly provided by me.
Luke, how long have you been involved in Pep Band?
So I've been involved in Pep Band this is my 4th year. I've at least been to one game every single year of high school so far, and it's a blast.
Why do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it because it's fun and it's just something to do, and when you're at the games you can just watch basketball or whatever, and then you can also play and do 2 things at the same time.
What makes Pep Band different from other clubs, Luke?
Well, it's just it's a time where we can get the band. It's band only. We can get slimmed down, and it's just a group of my friends, some of my closest friends. I'm able to get with them and just hang out, and we have fun. We watch the basketball games happen, and we rock out to the songs we play, and it's a lot of fun.
What might you want to say to someone who might want to join Pep Band?
I would say that it is a really good opportunity to get better. I know when I started in 7th grade, I was definitely not carrying the group, but it helps you get better without having to focus enormous amounts of time on it, and you get to watch basketball games for free, so it's a win-win situation.
What would you say to someone who might want to join Pep Band?
Definitely do so. You'll have a lot of fun with it. Mr. Brim we play the stance tunes, and those are always super fun because they're always usually upbeat and get you rocking and energized and stuff like that. And you can just make some good memories with the people that you spend the most time with.
And then what is your favorite memory from Pep Band?
My favorite memory from Pep Band would probably be the first time I got to play with Jared Hott and just realizing how much better he was and really getting just to learn everything that he taught me.
All right, thank you, Maddie.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Luke.
Yep.
Cool, thank you.
Hello, welcome to Pirate Sports Center. I'm Ryan Klinger, and I'm here to give you the wrap-up of the entire season of the boys and girls. And first off, we'll start with the boys. Now, the boys have a 13-5 record on the year, and of course that'll change this Friday, that big game against Mount Gilead. They are currently tied for third in the KMAC. Now we're going to move over to girls basketball. Now, the girls went undefeated on the season, and of course, won their third straight KMAC title. Now let's look over at the top 5 highlights from everything that happened this year in Pirate basketball. Starting off the top 5 highlights for the Cardington basketball boys' entire season, we have with the Pirates down by 3, Avery Harper hitting a shot to tie up the game at Pleasant. Coming in at number 4, Mason White dishes it to Nate Hickman with 5 seconds left to give the Pirates the lead in that same game. Coming in at number 3, Trey hits one of his 2 half-court buzzer beater shots. The first one is at Danville. Coming in at number 2, Trey hits his next half-court buzzer beater shot, which was only 1 week later against Northmore. And number 1, the best highlight of the entire season for the Cardington basketball boys, was in double overtime against East Knox. Mason White gets the rebound and hits the shot at the buzzer to win the Cardington boys the game. And we have another look at that shot. And now we have the girls' top 5 highlights from the entire season. Starting off with Sydney Spires hitting a huge high off the backboard layup. And here we have Dana Berkey rocketing a pass down to Michaela Linkus for another layup. With number 3, we have Izzy Wickline getting a big block against Highland. And coming in at number 2, Dana Berkey gets a steal. Cambry Edwards grabs the ball, passes it up the court to Beth, kicks it over to Mac, who kicks it back to Beth for the layup. And at number 1, the ball gets passed over to Carson Edwards, and she gets an and 1 3-pointer. Now to wrap things up, we're going to talk to some of the boys and girls basketball players about everything that happened this season.
The mindset for going into tournaments this year is to work hard and don't give up until that buzzer goes off, and always try your hardest.
So what is the team's mindset going into the tournament this year?
To win.
What was one of the best moments of the season?
Probably getting the 1 seed, because that's really cool.
How does your prior experience of winning the district championship last year affect this year?
I think it's a really good motivator for us this year because we've been there, we know what to expect, we know what it feels like to win. We also, being an upperclassman, being there my freshman year, we also know what it feels like to lose. So it's a really good motivator for us, and we want that again.
Since we've been playing together since like 4th grade, our team chemistry just keeps building and building. We all are super close, which is a huge part in our team success because there's no drama on the court or anything. We aren't selfish. We've been learning since 4th grade how to play with each other. So every year we're getting better and better, and our bond's getting tighter. So our team chemistry just keeps building every year.
What was one of the best moments from this season?
One of the best moments from the season would have to be beating Mount Gilead at their place. It's always good to beat them because we hate them.
So what does getting the 1 seed really say about this team?
This team's put a lot of hard work in. Long nights, early mornings. It just is a testament to what this team can be. We've done nothing yet, but it shows how hard we've worked and how hard we're going to work going forward. Survive and advance. Go Pirates.
Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of Pirate Sports Center. Go Pirates.